Welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about error handling. When any connector or activity generates error, one error object is created. Here are the components of error object. Any error object is consist of description, type, cause, message, and child error. Description means a description regarding the problem statement. It is stored under the expression error.description. Type is used to characterize the problem and allow routing within the error handler. It can be extracted via hash error.type. REST 3 cause, message, and child errors. So cause is for under which shows what is underlying Java throwable that resulted in failure. Message shows option for mule message regarding the problem. And child errors are again optional collection of inner errors. It is used by elements like scatter gather where they um, scatter all the errors together and show. But for our certification exam, most important are only two, description and type. Rest you don't need to know for now. There are two types of error handling. One is on error propagate and one is on error continue. So let's understand them in depth first. What does on error propagate do? Your error object generator, when it generates object, as we saw, it generates five components. For us, we need to know description and error type. Then it goes to on error propagate. So this I have mentioned here red in red out. It means that when error is coming to on error propagate, what it does is when it returns red out, it means it gives status code 500, which is error status code. And it in on error propagate, you might set a payload error, but when you are sending the response back to client, whatever you set here in set payload activity is not used. In exam, you will see question where it will say that on error propagate is used, then what will client receive? And you might get confused that for on error propagate, payload is set to error. So error might be sent to the client, but that is not the case. If it is on error propagate, then the error description which was set when error object generator generated the error object, that value is passed to the client and status code is given as 500. So keep in mind, on error propagate, read in read out, and what goes to client is status code 500 and error description, not the payload. Second one is on error continue. Here also, when error object generator generates error, error description and error type error object is created. For on error continue, it's red in, green out. What does that mean is the status code returned by on error continue is 200. So the client, or it might be even main flow, they will assume that the process went successful. There was no error. 500 means error, 200 means no error. So for on error continue, it's red in and green out. Here in this case, if you set payload to error, then to client, we are not going to send the description, but we are going to send the error that was set in the payload. So on error continue returns status code 200 and payload which was set in on error continue. Now we are going to study different cases, what are possible with on error propagate and on error continue. Let's see simple case one first. There is HTTP listener, then we have set payload activity, then we have ease number. But in set payload, we are setting success started flow. Now, if it goes to is number, this is not a number. So now is number is your error object generator. And what error object is it generating? It will generate error description as payload is not a valid integer value. Now, because we got error object generated here, it will look for error handling. Here in error handling, it has mentioned on error propagate. And on error propagate, what is written in set payload? It has written error main flow. But if it is on error propagate, will this payload be returned to the client? No. If it is on error propagate, it's read in, read out, error code 500, and we send to client the description which was set by the error object generator. In this case, it is payload is not a valid integer value. So here it will this set payload success finish flow will never get executed. Here, though we set payload as error main flow, we will never show it to client. What we are going to return to client is status code 500 and error description as this one. Payload is not a valid integer value. Now let's see the case number 2. Here what we are doing is, here again we have exactly same main flow, but instead of on error propagate, here we have on error continue. So listener will receive the request. In set payload we are setting it to success started flow. Then is number is our error object generator. It is setting error description as payload is not a valid integer value. It comes to on error continue. Here it is setting payload to error main flow. But now when it goes out to client, what will go? Red in, green out. When we have red in, green out, we have status code as 200 and payload will be returned which was set in on error continue. So in this case to client, we are not going to show this error. Instead, we are going to show error main flow. Okay, and again in this case, this set payload with success finish flow will never get executed. Let's see case number 3. In this case, what we are doing is we are having listener set payload is number, but here we do not have on error propagate or even on error continue. So what happens in such case? So here it is, I have mentioned it with star. So star means default error handler will get executed. What is there in default error handler? Whenever it is default error handler, it means it is on error propagate. Okay, so here exactly same thing will happen which we were doing otherwise in on error propagate. Here in set payload, success started flow will be set. Is number is your error object generator. It will generate error object with error description payload is not a valid integer value. Then it will goes to default error handler. What it does is it propagates error. While propagating error, what is needed is status code 500 and error description, which was anyways generated by our error code generator is number. Okay, so in this case also we will be returning status code 500 and error description. Now the next case is global error handler. Here also the main flow remains exactly same. In the main flow we do not have on error propagate or on error continue, but we have defined global error handler. So what is the job of global error handler? Whenever in your main flow you have not defined any error handling, then it goes and looks for global error handling. In this case, in global error handler, we have mentioned on error propagate. And here we are setting payload as error global error handler. So when the error is generated, it goes to global error handler and it is going to return the error global error handler. Again, it is going to send the error description and status code as 500. Next case, you already must have guessed it right. We again are using global error handler, but in now we are having on error continue. So it will again behave the same way we would have on error continue in main flow. Here it will go to set payload will set to payload success started flow. Is number is your object error object generator. It will generate object. It will go to global error handler. On error continue is red in, green out. It means status code would be 200 and we would be sending payload instead of error description. Here payload is being set as error global error handler. So this payload will be returned to the client or the next flow. We have covered the main flows. Now let's go to child flow. Here, what is happening is here you have main flow looking almost similar. Set payload is setting success started main flow. Then we are calling here flow reference. And in the flow reference, now we are having is number and set payload. Again, in main flow, you have set payload success finish main flow. And here you have on error continue. So what will happen in this case now? Set payload will set success started main flow. Then it will go to flow reference. Flow reference will send the control to child flow. Here is number is your error object generator. It will generate the object. It will set the error description to payload is not a valid integer type. Now, where will the control go? in the error handling of the child flow. Here in the error handling of child flow, we are having on error continue. So in on error continue, we are setting payload to error subflow, point number 4. Then what we will have is red in, green out. It means what we are sending back is 200 status code, and we will be giving this, we will be setting payload to error subflow. But now where will control go? Will it go to client? No, because your main flow is calling your child flow and it is waiting for status code. If it is 200, it is going to proceed further. If it is going to be 500, it is going to return error to client. In this case, it got status code 200, so it will assume that child flow was a success transaction and it will go ahead. It will go and set payload to success finished main flow. So here in this case, what will be returned to client is 200 success main flow. So even though in your child flow you are having is number validation failing, still your error handling will ensure that you are not letting client get the error message. Instead, they are going to get 200, and whatever you set in the set payload, client will receive that. Next case is again a very minor variation in the earlier example. Here in the child flow, we have on error propagate. So how will your flow work? First in set payload, you are setting payload to success started main flow. Then your control will go to flow reference. Flow reference will then call your child flow. Here is number is creating your error object with error description. Payload is not a valid integer value. Then it will go to the error handling for child flow. Here you are seeing on error propagate. On error propagate means read in, read out. Here, though you are setting payload to error child flow, no one is going to receive this value. Now, when you propagate this error, what will be received by the main flow? Status code 500 and payload is not a valid integer type. And what it is going to do is it is going to send exactly same to your client. In this case, this set payload success finish child flow and this set payload success finish main flow are never going to get executed. Here, because it got error code 500, it directly went and sent error to client. If it would have been 200, it would have moved further, but because it has got 500, it is directly responding with an error message to your client. Now, in earlier two examples, we were not having any error handling in your main flow. But in this case, now we are having one additional error handling in your main flow. So your rest of the main flow and child flow remains same. Set payload will set payload to success started main flow. Flow reference will pass the control to child flow. Here is number is your error object generator. When it is generating error object, it is setting error description to payload is not a valid integer value. Then it goes to on error propagate. On error propagate, what it is? Read in, read out. When we say read out, it is going to send error code as status code as 500, and it is going to send this description, which is payload is not a valid integer. And you are setting here payload error child flow, but it won't be sent to your main flow. But now what will happen? Now it will go back to main flow. In main flow, in flow reference, it found error. What will it do now? It will send this error. It will be caught by the error handling of your main flow, as if the error is caught in flow reference. So it will catch the error. But here what we have mentioned, on error continue. So what does on error continue do? Red in, green out. So it will return status code 200. Here in on error continue, you are setting payload to error main flow error handler. Now, because it is red in, green out, what will be returned to client is status code 200 and payload error main flow error handler. Okay, so here in this case, it will continue the flow of the transaction. Of course, it will not go to set payload success finish main flow because flow reference was errored out. So it will go to error handling of main flow and then it will send the response back. Now, in the next case here, what we are doing is we are having a try catch. So try catch is similar to your child flow. What it will do is you're setting payload to success started flow here in first step. Then your ease number, which is inside your try catch, try block is error object generator. It will generate object with error description payload is not a valid integer value. It will pass control to your error handling within the try block, because here we have given the error handling within try block. So it will not execute this set payload where we are setting success finish try scope. It will go to here, but here what we are doing in error handling is we are writing on error continue. So if we write on error continue and set payload to error try scope, the execution will not go back to client. What it will do is this try block as a whole, it is considered as a success. So if your try block is successful, then what it should do, it should move ahead. It should go to this set payload activity where it is setting success finished flow. So success finished flow will be set in your payload, and now your control response will go back to client with status code 200 and payload error main flow error handler. So in this case, whatever you are using here will not be impacting client. This can be, of great use in practical scenarios where you are using scatter gather. There, if you are calling four different uh, clients, and if you are not getting a response from one of the provider, for example, if you are looking for flight rates, you're calling four different vendors, you're getting response from three but you're not getting response from one. In that case, do you want to block your request? No. Do you want to halt your execution? No. What you want to do is you just want to ignore that the one of vendor did not respond you back, and you want to continue your flow of the process, right? So in that case, we put all your vendor calls in try catch and you put on error continue. So at the end, at whatever timeout is set for your application, after that timeout, wherever it is successful, it will return the response of that. Now again, little variation in the earlier case. Here also we have try block, but here in try block we have on error propagate. What does this mean? If is number error object generator generates error description payload is not a valid integer value, this is on error propagate. So read in, read out. You do not want to let flow move ahead. You want to halt the process. In that case, your on error propagate block, what it will do is it will set payload to error try scope, but of course this is not going to be used by anyone. While returning the client, the what you will be returning is error status code 500 and error description as payload is not a valid integer value. Now let's see a different variation. Here in error handling, you have various error handling scenarios. On error continue if you get error of type stream maximum size exceeded. On error continue if you get type validation invalid number. On error continue if type is expression. So in real life projects, you will always have multiple, you will catch error for all specific error codes. You should never have catch all, because then you will not receive the detailed description, right? So it's always best practice to have multiple error handling. So here in this case, what will happen is in set payload you are setting success in set payload you are setting it to success started main flow. Then your control is going to ease number. This is generating error. What is the error description? Payload is not a valid integer type. So now here comes the type. We had seen in components of error object, right? First was error description, second was error type. So based on error type, now you're classifying your different errors. Okay. So if the error type is validation invalid number, then this block will handle your error. If the error is of type stream maximum size exceeded, then this block will execute your handling. Now in this case, because we have got validation invalid number, so this block will handle your error. This will catch it. So when the object error is generated, it will come to this block. It is on error continue. So we are setting payload here to in error invalid number, it will be red in, green out. If it is red in, green out, what will be the status code? 200. And what will be sent? Will it be description or the payload? It will be the payload. So here we are sending the payload as error invalid number to the client. Now let's see the last example. Here again you have multiple error handlers, multiple catch blocks in your main flow. But in addition to that, you also have your global error handling. And in global error handler, you on error continue. And what do you have in your main flow? You have on error continue. You are catching for type stream maximum size exceeded, and you are catching for type expression. But what is the error type for your ease number? Here your error type is validation invalid number. Do you find any handler here? No. So what will happen is it set payload will set payload to success started main flow. Then ease number is your error event error object generator. It will generate the error. When it generates the error, it will see if it finds any handler. It will see that it does not have any error handler. Then what should it do? Will it go to global error handler? No. In this case, it will go to your default error handler. And what is your default error handler? Default error handler is always propagate error. So what it will do is, just like the first example we saw, it will consider that it will go to the star, it will send the status code equal to 500, and description which was generated by is number, it is a payload is not a valid integer value, will be returned back to your client. So this is one very important point to understand, that if your default in the absence of your any error handling in your main flow, global error handler will be called. But in case you have few error handling here, and then if you still have global error handler and this one is not able to handle that type of error, it will go to default error handling but not global error handling. And when does global error handler gets called? When there is no error handling in your main flow. In that case, it will not first go to default. In that case, it will first go to global error handler. Keep this in your mind very, very well. Now let's see the summary what we learned in this lecture. If we have on error continue, it is red and green out. It will always have a response code, status code as 200, and it will return the payload which is set. If it is on error propagate, then it is red in, red out. What does that mean is status code which is sent will be 500. Your flow will be halt at that time, and what will be returned is your error description. Then when error occurs, it is handled in the following order. First, your processor level will be handling the error. If it is try block, catch block, first that will handle your error if you have error handling there. Next to that comes flow level, may it be your main flow, child flow, subflow. Then it will pass the control from your try block to your flow level error handling. Then it comes to application level. So if it is child flow, the control will go to main flow, and then main flow again at application level, that error would be handled. And the last and important one is, if you specify specific errors to be handled, the first one from top of bottom to match handles the error. If the error does not match anything, it is handled by the mule default error handler, not the global handler. Okay, that's all for this lecture. If I'm sure if you understood this lesson well, you are going to score 100 on 100 in your Mule Certified Developer certification exam. Best of luck.